Okay. Unmute.
All
There we
right,
go.
go ahead, D. It's your mic, girl. You can do what you want to do now.
Okay, what they say, when life give you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah, something
I
like
made
that.
strawberry lemonade, put some cognac in it,
The cognac.
put some cognac in it. Like I put the yak in it because the people were supposed to come to shoot the commercial today, and they postponed.
Oh gosh.
And I have, um, yep, I made Ciroc Jello shots, girl. Because Craig left a bottle here
Oh, yeah, I see that.
this big last summer. It
Uh-huh.
was only me here, so so I had to do something with it. And so they postponed. And I have almost $200 worth of groceries in my house. So many groceries I couldn't fit them in a refrigerator because it was supposed to be 3 people coming. And food is a luxury. So it cost me a pretty penny to do that. So I have food in the refrigerator, food in the cabinets, food in the cooler that's sitting on the floor. It's food everywhere, right? So I said, self, what we gonna do about this? Because I called them this morning and said, what time you getting here? He said, oh, we had to postpone. You couldn't tell me that like yesterday? Because I just went to the grocery store yesterday. Okay. So I'm like, okay, don't get upset. Don't get upset. We not going deep. We not going deep because we could go deep real fast, right? This always happened to me every time, and you could have paid a bill with that money, and da da da, and all this start coming. Stop, stop, stop. What we not going to do is that. Let's go make the lemonade right now. We drinking cognac at 7:55 a.m. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Now let's get this day started. And it made me change my outfit. It made me put some makeup on. It made me just do, because whenever stuff goes left, extreme self-care is important. And guess what I learned? When you look good, you feel good. So put yourself together so that you feel good. And so then I said, what can I do? Got all these hundreds of dollars worth of groceries in here. So what can I do? What I can do is set up my own equipment. Because thanks to Kemp and all of the things that I've been taught to purchase, I have softbox lights, I have backdrops, I have a Nikon DSLR camera, I have a Nikon point and shoot, I have an iPhone 13, no, what's this? iPhone 12 Pro Max. I'm going to set up my cameras on my tripod, and guess what? There still will be video shot up in this today, okay? I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it because I have the equipment. Not only do I have the equipment that will allow me to um, shoot remotely from my Nikon, I can shoot remotely from my phone too. I could do it. So I'm gonna do it. And so it just made me really think about our emotions and how quickly we can go into our emotions. And that's sort of why I chose the work that I do. And so what are we allowing our emotions to do to us? Because I almost I almost got in the bed. I said, oh, Brenda could do the 8 o'clock call. Brenda and Sherry will take care of it. I just called Kemp and tell Kemp I don't feel like it. They'll take care of it. It's fine. And I laid there for like 30 seconds. I was like, who doing this? Get up. Get up. We not. We not even about to mess this whole day up, laying in the bed cause what? Cause somebody ain't coming to this beautiful space. Everything that you man, nah, Slim, nah, we not doing that. So get up. And so now instead of talking about the power of routines, I'm talking about the power of our emotions and how easily we can allow our emotions to take over. And the part that we have to remember is that we are truly in control of our emotions. Our emotions are not in control of you. You get to say, nope, not doing that. You get to choose whether or not you will allow yourself to be sad or angry or hurt. You get to choose that. I chose joy. I chose to come up with another solution. I chose to reach out to people who I know who live in Atlanta and say, listen, I'm gonna be shooting videos and making these juices and smoothies and food. I got this big piece of salmon, this big. I got this much chicken breast. I got this much kale and this much spinach and this much Brussels sprouts and this and this much. Because it's supposed to be for 3 people for 7 days. I done made homemade almond milk, homemade oat milk. What? Let me tell you something. Come on, DJ Lynn. It's okay. The only thing that has changed is the names of the feet that's gonna be under my table. Cause somebody gonna be at the table. I don't know who gonna be at the table, but somebody gonna be at the table. And guess what? I'm still excited for it because I'm choosing not to allow myself to go deep. Me and my girlfriend have a saying: whenever any kind of contrast or things show up, um, if we don't call each other or something, we finally reach out like, what are you doing over there, Darlaina Rose? What are you doing over there? Or you can have a conversation with a person, and as you're talking to them, they just not listening to you and they're going deeper. I remember us having a conversation about getting her hair done. And she was like, she knows how important it is for me to get my hair done. She canceled. I bought everything I was supposed to buy, and she canceled, and she canceled, and she knows how. I said, you going deep. You're going deep. We could get a new hairdresser. You going deep. She said, am I going deep? I said, you going deep. You going deep. You got to be so careful not to go deep. Because once you allow yourself to go too deep, it's going to be hard to climb out. I gave myself 30 seconds. And I'm so proud of myself because that easily could have been me angry, me sad, me upset, me canceling my whole day. And then after I canceled the whole day, calling Kemp and Lynn up and saying, guess what happened? This happened. That. They know because they know because I've done that before. They know. Listen, they know. And so I now have, after 148 days of the law of attraction, can use the tools to turn that off. We listen to Abraham Hicks a few times in a week in the morning. She has this rampage called the morning rampage. And a rampage is when you just talking. Is talking. And her morning rampage is all about when it comes on, she said, this is a new day. This is a new day, new opportunities, new events, new things, new people. It's a new day, new choices. It's a new day, right? And then she said, doesn't mean that in this new day, there will be contrast, there will be people, there will be driving, there will be things that come up, but it's a new day. It's a new day. So, how will we allow our emotions to carry us through this new day? See, sometimes we wake up in the morning and we already mad at our spouse. You mad from last night. But it's a new day. It's a new day. You still mad at things that happened last week, but it's a new day. How will you allow your emotions to push you? Don't let people say, "Oh, I'm so sad," or "I'm so angry." I am, I am, I am is a prayer. After everything that comes after I am is you just made a prayer over your life. I am sad. I am angry. I am hurt. I am all these I ams. No, but at the end of the day, you are not your emotion. You are not sad. You're your name. I'm not sad. I'm Darlaina. I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel upset. But you're not the emotion. So many of us get those words so messed up. Words have power. We keep saying that the power of life and death is in the tongue, but yet you keep saying, I am sad. I am hurt. I am angry. I am sick. They used to say words are spells. Words are power. So what are you saying? I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying I'm sad. I'm not saying I'm angry. I'm not saying I'm hurt. I felt sad this morning. I felt disappointed this morning. And then after the 30 seconds that I gave myself, because literally it was really 30 seconds, I jumped up and said, I got all this food in my house. I went from, I got all this food in my house, to I got all this food in my house. Same thing, different emotion. Different emotion, because I wouldn't have bought all that. But now I get to take this food. I get to prepare these new recipes. You know that recipe where they cut the pineapple in half and make the fried rice in it? I got the whole recipe. I got the oyster sauce, the fish. I got all the stuff. I'm gonna put a pineapple on your plate. Guess what? You're not gonna be here to get the pineapple on your plate. Oh well, that's tough titty on you, because I'm surely gonna make it anyway. It's still gonna get done. And so it's so important to not allow your emotions to rule you. Yes, Lady L, come on over, be the taste tester. See, I got people. It will be people here. There will be people here. Regardless. I got everything to make green smoothies, everything to make green juice, everything to make carrot juice, carrot apple juice, carrot beetroot juice, all of the good stuff. And of course, I gotta have a little paraphernalia. I'm gonna make a homemade cake. Gotta have a little paraphernalia in there to balance it all out, right? But it's so important not to allow the emotions to come up and take over, because that's what happens. People wake up and they just allow the emotions to take over their day. And then they take over their day, and then they take over their week, and then they take over their month, and then they take over their year, and then they take over another year, and then another year. And then by the fifth year, that now emotion that you have not let go of has now created the heart disease, is now created the high blood pressure, is now created the overweight, is now created all of these other things that come from these emotions that Louise Hay tells us about. What are we going to do? Come on, be my assistant. See, look. Don't play with the God I serve, honey. But it's so important, and that's part of the reason why I do the work that I do. And that kind of led me up to talking about the emotional healing work that I do. As a certified emotion code practitioner, it's my job to help you to find those emotions that you've been carrying year after year after year after year. Dr. Bradley says that these emotions, this emotional baggage that we carry, is absolutely the reason for whatever is ailing us. These trapped emotions become lodged in our bodies. Now we know that this body temple is really all energy, right? The more you magnify, you really disappear the body, the mass of the body. We feel like we are solid, but in the real scheme of things, we really are not solid. We're a bunch of cells and water and all kinds of things that's all together that create what looks like this big old hunk of meat, as my dad would say. And so the negative emotions that come up in our life from events in our lifetime, sometimes inherited from people, we can really improve our own well-being and even of the people who come behind us in our family by liberating ourselves of these negative emotions. He wrote this book, and it is absolutely recommended reading, The Emotion Code. This is how my whole journey started with this 4 years ago. It don't look too bad for a 4-year-old book. It's a little beat up, but not too bad. But he talks about releasing trapped emotions. He says trapped emotions are truly an invisible epidemic. You keep going to the doctor, and when you go to the doctor say, "Oh yeah, you got high blood pressure, so let me give you some high blood pressure medicine. Okay, you have diabetes, let me give you some diabetes medicine." And they give everybody the same thing: metformin. Oh, you got blood clot, we're gonna give you some Coumadin. They give everybody the same stuff. I hear these words, these names all the time, and then when you look up what these things do, it's like, wow, is that the chance you want to take? How about you try eating better? How about you try walking a little bit? How about you try digging in and finding the emotional cause for every single illness that you have? People will tell me, I got this. And when you tell me you got 5 illnesses, that tells me that you have bought in. You bought in. Because this is what they say. Oh, I'm diabetic. What is that again? I am diabetic. I am whatever else. Diabetes is why am I here? Why am I here? See, if you conspire to say you believe in God, right? You know what God said? We are connected, mind, body, and soul. You cannot disconnect them, they're together. So, what happens in the mind, what you believe in the mind, absolutely manifests in the body. That's why it makes absolute sense that heart disease has everything to do with your love center, who you love, and who loves you. Who broke your heart? When people tell me, "Oh, heart disease," see, I've survived heart disease, and I know exactly what it was. I had a husband who was unfaithful, even had a baby that I raised for 4 years, and we found out that the baby was not even his. You want to test your belief in God? You want to test your belief on why you even here? Look in the innocent eyes of a child that has nothing to do with scandalous adults and tell yourself that you still got to do the right thing. See what happens to your heart. See if your heart will break. My heart broke every day that I looked at this little boy who was so loving, so amazing, didn't know nothing, didn't know his mother abandoned him, didn't know that, didn't know nothing. All he knew was I was the nice lady that he could call mom that took good care of him. But in my heart, it was breaking. Every day it was breaking. Through every smile, there was tears rolling behind my eyes. So no wonder I manifested heart disease. Heart disease is an absolute manifestation of a broken heart. I'm so textbook mind, body, and soul connection. But I've done the work now. They call me a heart disease survivor. They can call me whatever they want to call me. All I know is my heart's good. Because it was so bad at one point, they told me that I was going to need a heart transplant. I said, hmm, you want to take out the heart that I love my mama and my daddy with? You want to take out the heart that I love my children with? The one that, no. Well, Miss Rose is operating at 15%, and yeah, that's not gonna be well long term. I said, Lord, if you get me out of here, I promise I'm gonna figure this out. I didn't have to. He sent my good friend Betty. I remember laying on the couch and Betty came in and said, them doctors gonna kill you. Just like that. They gonna kill you. She said, they ain't gonna do it on purpose, but they gonna kill you. You keep letting them give you all that medicine that's breaking down all this other stuff. They got you laid up here on the couch. You can't move. You can't do nothing. You have got to take control of your own health care. And I'm like, what are you talking about? How do we take control of our own health care? They the doctors. They know everything. She said, no, they don't. And the first thing she told me to do was watch The Secret. I'm like, what's the secret? She said, it's the secret. Go watch it. So I watched it. And after watching it, I saw people healing themselves with herbal tea and funny movies, no chemo, no radiation, surviving car planes with their minds. What? This requires more deep delving. And this isn't anything that you don't know. This isn't anything that you haven't heard before. We are way more powerful than what you could ever believe. The first thing that happens with your body starts giving you signals, starts telling you things, pain, tingling, something. And I promise you, for everything that shows up, there is an emotional cause for it. The goal is to get to the emotions before they get to you. So, as an emotion code practitioner, I help you to find them, to pull them up, to pull them out. That what's the use emotion? Why am I here? No sweetness left? Or how about anger and deep hurt and regret and deep grief that causes cancer? How about the deep grief could be because you lost a mother, a father, a grandmother, a sibling, but because we have been told you are right, because we've been told be strong, because we've been told, especially the men, don't cry, suck it up, because we've been told that crying is for punks, suck it up, don't do it, chin up, buttercup, it's going to be fine. How about this? You're not fine. You're not fine. You're not fine. And so, as not fine, you have to enlist the people who can help you really be fine. Don't say, "Oh, Darlaina, you're such an inspiration. Oh, Darlaina, I'm so proud of you." Do your work. Do your own work. I'm not an anomaly. You can have everything I got. You can have the health I have. You can have the life you want. You just have to decide. You are one decision away from living your best life, and that is not cliche. I used to hate when people said things like, "Oh, if I could do it, you could do it." And I'm like, no, I can't do what you did because you had your mama and daddy trust fund. They gave you $50,000 to start. I can't do what you did. But when it comes to me, when I say it, it comes from the mud. It comes from the gutter of North Philadelphia, born and raised with a playground. Oh, no. I come from where you come from. I come from nothing and nowhere. So when you look at my life, see your life. Because I could have easily not been here in this moment. And heart disease started 20 years ago. That could have easily taken me out a long time ago. But because of diet, exercise, being able to learn about herbal remedies, emotional healing, that's what you see. You see somebody who can recognize that contrast is happening, something is not happening that's not agreeable, and within 30 seconds I can flip it. By the time I was done off the phone, I was already figuring out who lived here, who I could call, who can come over, or I'm already figuring out how I'm going to set up because I was dependent on them to produce the content and tell me, but I know what I want to see. So flip it. Flip it in your mind, flip it in your thoughts, flip it fast. And when other people come with all of their stuff, as Ayanla calls it, conflama, conflict and drama. When people come with their conflict and drama, do not get in the box with them. Leave them in the box by themselves. You can listen to hear, not listen to speak. Just listen. Because there's nothing that you're going to be able to say in this moment that's going to make a difference to them. So all they want you to really do is listen to hear. And don't match the energy. If somebody comes to you with all the rah-rah, we have the tendency to want to send the rah-rah right back. Don't rah-rah. That's not going to give you nothing. Jack Canfield says event plus response equals outcome. E plus R equals O. The events are going to happen in your life every day, all day. But what determines whether or not it's going to be a good day or a bad day is your response. Your response to the event determines the outcome. And I can probably say, probably 99.9% of the time, my response is always right on point. I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry you're having that experience. Well, what can I do to help? How can I make it better? Because what I'm not going to do is say, well, when you did, and then you did, and then that. No, that's not going to get anything done. You know, people tell me when they go to the grocery store, they hear my voice in their heads. I want you to hear my voice in your head the next time you have a disagreement with somebody. I want you to hear my voice saying, calm down. I want you to hear my voice saying, just listen. I want you to hear my voice reminding you that you love this person. And I want you to hear my voice saying, they're human. They're human. Humans make mistakes. Humans have emotions. And we need the emotions because where would the world be without emotions? No joy, no love, no peace. So just hear that and know that you get to control how this contrast can go. If somebody is upset, you get to control that because it takes two people to argue. If one is not participating, guess what? There's no argument. There's no argument. When your thought is, I love this person, and your response is, how can I make this better? What can I do to fix it? Whether or not you agree or not, in that moment, you're agreeable, because two people arguing is not going to get anything done. And so while some of us are working really, really hard on getting to the best life that we want to live, it absolutely starts with cleaning up all the old baggage. You got to clean it up. You got to clean it up. You got to let go. You got to release. You got to release people, places, and things. There's so many contrast things. I don't call things good or bad anymore. I just say they are. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. It's all in how you see it. When I talk about the time when I went bankrupt and lost my, no, I'm not, it wasn't a loss, a release. When I released my house, I could tell that story as a negative. I could tell that story as a loss. I could tell that story. I could be stuck in that story. But I'm choosing not to be stuck in that story. I'm choosing to say I was a different person in 2012 than I am now in 2022. And the world is absolutely your oyster. Yes, Laverne, and things do work together for our good. And when people used to say that, I'm like, how is that working for my good? Because he didn't say that things all work together for our good, or all feel good. They are working together for our good, but they don't always feel good. The releasing of a relationship, the releasing of a job, the releasing of a house, all of those things don't feel good, but it's for your good. Because had I still been connected to that house, one, I would have never learned how much I love to live in the suburbs, because my mentor that I moved in with lived in Cheltenham, lived in a single family home, lived on the cul-de-sac. I said, oh, when I get my house, I'm going to live on a block that's a cul-de-sac. Guess what? My block, cul-de-sac, right? Every single family, just like hers. I would have never known it. Who knew that you didn't have to live in a house that was connected to other people? I learned that living with her. And then had I still been in that house, I would have never come to Atlanta ever, because I would have been rooted. You know, when you are rooted to a property, you rooted to wherever it is. You may think that at some point, oh, I may sell it, I may whatever. But when you ain't got it to hold on to, it you can have a whole different experience. I'm grateful for everything that I experienced, even everything in my marriage, everything with my homes, and everything. The loss of my parents, everything that we experience, it ain't even for you. It ain't even for you. It's for the lives of the people that you get to touch. You get to be the evidence for them that it's going to be all right. Am I the evidence? I'm the evidence. And so, emotional healing is so important for us to do. Without these emotions in our life, especially these negative ones, some folks would not even be ever sick. It's okay to feel the emotion, but to internalize it and hold on to it until it makes you sick, absolutely is not the plan. One of the things that I love about the planner that we're all using, it has the vibrational chart in it to help you to move the emotions out, to process these emotions. If you really are sick, you really need to be calling me. You really need to be calling me, because this is the thing. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. And if you're tired of taking medication, you tired of being at the doctor. Some people go to the doctor every week, every month. That's just a part of your life. That's not a part of my life. My girlfriend mom said, I ain't got that to do. I ain't got that to do. Now, if you got something going on, absolutely be at the doctor. but also be working in tandem with the doctor. See, once we determine what the emotional cause is, and we got a whole list of them right here. It's a whole big list. Well, what's in the list? The list. Endometriosis, insecurity, disappointment, and frustration. Replacing self-love with sugar and blamers. What's else in here? Eye problems. Represents capacity to see clearly, past, present, and future. Let's see. Ears represent the capacity to hear. What else? Let's see. Eczema, breathtaking antagonism, mental eruptions. Okay, what else? What else is in here? Let's see. Any kind of viral infection, irritation, anger, annoyance, inflammation in the body, fear, seeing red, inflamed, thinking. The influenza flu, response to mass negativity and beliefs, fear, belief in statistics. Ingrown toenail, worry about guilt about your right to move forward. How about insomnia, fear, not trusting the process of life, guilt? How about anything that's a itis, gastritis, any kind of itis, any kind of inflammation, anger and frustration about conditions you're looking at in your life, jaw problems, anger, resentment, desire for revenge, joints like arthritis, elbow, knee, shoulder represents changing in direction in life and the ease of movements. Let's see what else is in here. Breathing problems, fear or refusal to take in life fully, not feeling the right to take up space or even exist. How about bronchitis, inflamed family environment, arguments and yelling, sometimes silent. How about bursitis? Represents anger, wanting to hit somebody. Ooh, bunions, lack of joy in meeting the experience of life. How about let's see, hold on, let me flip a page. Let me go to another letter. Let's go to let's see. Fungus, stagnating belief, refusing to release the past, letting the past rule today. Let's see. Anything with your glands represent holding stations, self starting activity. How about gout, the need to dominate, impatient, anger? How about, let's see, hemorrhoids, fear of deadlines, anger of the past, afraid to let go, feeling burden, heartburn, fear, clutching fear, headaches, invalidation of the self criticism, fear. Like, it's here. This is scientific. And I'm sure if you ain't got it, you know somebody who do. So will we take the time to release these emotions that's causing all this stuff? Because once you release the emotion, then the healing can really begin. Then you can eat the right food, add the supplements, go for your walk in your neighborhood, like do the exercise that goes along with it. Because that's what I had to do. Bring up all that stuff. Like, what was it? What caused the heartache? What caused the heartbreak? I just told you. It was hard to hear. I didn't want to hear that. I'm like, no, I'm just sick. No, I'm sick. Not no, I don't have nothing to do with that. And then when you read it, I'm like, oh my God, I did that to myself by holding on to it, holding on to the story. He did this and he did that and did that. And the more I hold on, the more I bring it in and make it my life and make it my story. And then all of a sudden one day I can't feel my arm. And I end up in the emergency room. And they said, oh, your heart is only pumping at 35% capacity. You're suffering from congestive heart failure. And if we don't do something, you're going to die. You mean to tell me I was holding on to some stinking emotions so hard they gonna kill me? And I listened to them. I did everything the doctors told me to do for 2 years straight. And it was the worst 2 years because every medication that they gave me had some crazy side effect. How about this one they gave me made me see things? I took the medicine, I laid down, I opened my eyes. It was three people standing at the bottom of my bed. I ain't know these people. I said, who y'all? Get out of here. My kids came in, my kids crying because I'm screaming. And they like, Mom, it's nobody right there. I said, yes, it is. It's three people. They standing right there. They looking at me. Right? And then I put my head under the cover, and the three people was under the cover with me. It was so traumatic. And so I called the doctor. And so the doctor says, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. That's also a psych drug that we use for people with schizophrenia, but it's been told that it's good for hearts too. Why would they give that to anybody? And see, this is the thing about side effects. When they start telling you may cause this, may cause that, they telling you because that happens to 100% of the people who take it. See, if it only happened to like 10% or 5%, they wouldn't even tell you. But because it happens to everybody, they have to tell you. And so you're not going to be different. Dr. Rita McGuire, who's an OBGYN out of Chicago, Illinois, told me a couple years ago, 2018, that Lipitor was the gateway drug to 5 other drugs. So you take Lipitor for cholesterol. I can't remember all 5, but Lipitor will cause dementia. It'll cause diabetes and 3 other things. Because when I said it out loud, one of my friends was like, oh my God, my mom is on Lipitor, and all of a sudden she had diabetes and she kept forgetting stuff. She was like, are you telling me that the medication that they gave her to help her with the cholesterol is causing this? Yes, I am. Because it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. Those side effects happen to everybody. What they could do instead is change their diet. Determine why she's having cholesterol. I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's see what cholesterol is. I'm sure it's in here. Let's see. Cholesterol, clogging the channels of joy, fear of accepting joy. What's happening, mama, that she's blocking joy? And then once you tell somebody that, they absolutely that's right. That's right, Big D. No, we're not doing that. Eat right, take care of yourself, dig into these emotions and figure out why. Why is this happening to me? It is so important to use your resources. I am here as your resource. Y'all keep letting me sit. It ain't been busy over here. You got your herbal remedy? Absolutely. The herbal remedies work, but you also have to look at why do you have cholesterol? What is the joy that you're blocking in your life? It is emotional. Men especially have so many trapped emotions because you've been told that you're not allowed to show your emotion. You have to be the man. You got to be strong. You got to take care of your wife. You got to take care of your kids. You got to take care of the family. You got to provide all these things that you have to do. You don't got time for these emotions. So you got to press them. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. And we keep moving and we keep moving and keep moving. And then it shows up in the body as dis-ease. Dis-ease. Dis-ease just means that something is out of whack emotionally, energetically, that can be taken care of, right? And once you get rid of the emotional cause, you then can dissipate the disease by adding just a little bit of multivitamin, multi-mineral, giving the body everything it needs to heal itself. We're made to heal. Cut yourself today and look at that cut in 2 weeks. Is it still there or is it gone? So the same thing that happens on the outside of your body is happening on the inside of your body when you give your body what it needs to heal itself. You can heal heart disease. You can heal these things that are going on in your body. I'm living proof. And so many of my other clients are too. So you absolutely can resolve whatever is going on. And when they tell you that something is incurable, you know what incurable means? Curable from the inside only. That you have to go in to you to take care of whatever the dis-ease is. So, y'all got to release the emotion in order to live your best life ever. Your best life ever. So I am absolutely going to work on um, making the work that I do affordable for everybody. That the emotion code is something that when I do it for people, I charge $500 because it is life changing. But I have decided, because God told me, you gotta give the gift. Gotta give the gift. So I'm gonna drop this dumb price all the way down to 150 bucks. And if you can't afford that, then tell me that. And I will give the gift. I still gotta eat. I got to still eat, but I will give the gift. I will give it to you. If you tell me that you want it and you just can't afford it, I'll let you do it by donation. Did that sound good? Now the trick is people can bring you all kinds of giftings. People can say, here you go. But you absolutely got to use it. And what I know is going to come from it is way more healed people, because that's the goal. We want people to heal themselves. We want people to be healed for real. Y'all cannot be with me for 5 years and not heal. Y'all cannot be with me for 5 years and still taking medication and still eating bad and still is no way. So we gotta dig in and figure it out and get it together. And I am willing to help you to do it. That's what God put me here for. It is the thing that absolutely makes me happy to do. So let me do it. Cause I can't watch it. You know how many times, Kemp, have we sat at the cabin and on the cruises, and I say, oh my God, and I get physically upset because I see people hurting themselves. I see people killing themselves with their fork. Ain't no knife, ain't no gun, nothing. People killing themselves with their fork. And they want me to watch. I couldn't watch. Remember, I just cried so hard. I was like, Kim, we can't let this happen. We gotta help him. He was like, girl, shut up. We gonna take care of it. We gonna show him. We gonna teach him. But yeah, I definitely was compelled to do that today, and it absolutely is the thing that I love to do. It is how I feed myself, though, and so God told me to do what I just did, and to also offer it for the people who couldn't afford or whatever, also because I know that fit that place too. But what I know is I'm supposed to give the gift because they say the gift will make room. So come on, gift, make room. Back to you, Mr. Sanchi.
Oh my goodness. What the heck is going on here? What the hell? Y'all better stop and give it up for Miss D Rose again. Hello. Listen. I know. Wait. I'm going to just do something real fast. If there anybody in this room right now have a question for Darlaina based on what she just said, I'm gonna open up the mics now and let y'all have that. What have you? Because I get to talk to her after the class.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's really, anybody that just heard this information, I can promise you, a lot of people are saying, how? How do I do that? Like, you're getting the information on this emotion, don't sound right to you. So you'll probably just shut it off like we all do. I always say, if you're in the frame, like I had it yesterday, I was talking to a young lady and I says, so how do y'all keep attracting one another? Just stay the hell away. You stay that way, you go one way. How do y'all keep coming back? You cut your phone off. I stopped. Like, it's a lot of things that we are absolutely unequivocally to when you say emotions. Like you said,
Motion.
and that's what I wanted to hear, right?
Emotion.
You said E equal R, which is your outcome.
Uh-huh.
But you equated the R to the response.
Yes.
But you can either respond or you can react.
Absolutely.
Which will determine the outcome.
Yes.
Either whether, if you react, watch this. The emotions is telling you to do something. You want to do one of the things. Like today, when we're talking to you, let's just talk about your situation this morning. You could have reacted or you could have responded.
Yeah.
We all have choices, but just understand your choices is what's going to govern the outcome, whether it's a consequence or you were going to deal with you got every choice, huh?
It's the outcome. The outcome could be you.
Is he drinking liquor on that cup? What you drink? Better be some damn water in that bottle. I thought that was the vodka. What?
He having cognac too.
I didn't play. I thought he drinking it.
But the outcome is determined by your response or reaction. So your outcome could either be a good outcome or it could be you ended up in jail because you arguing with somebody and now it's cop calling and furniture moving. So you get to determine how the outcome is going to be by your response or your reaction.
Come on. Go. Go, Darlaina.
Yeah, that's all I was saying was that you get to determine. Your determination is, the outcome is determined by how you respond or how you react. You could either, I could easily like, well, you don't know how much money I just spent by I could have did that. I didn't say that. I said, okay, no problem. No problem. And then I got off the phone and then I was like, you know what? And then I was like, nope. 30 seconds. I went all the way up and I brought myself right back down within 30 seconds and thought about the gratitude, one, that I got all those groceries.
That had to be for something. You don't even know what that was for. And you think you might know. Sometimes y'all gonna understand. You're like, wow, it's gonna manifest at the I tell you that. You don't know why it happened.
Absolutely.
But is there anybody that got a question or a concern in this room for this today?
I don't have a question or concern, but I do have a comment based off of what Ms. Darlaina said. Because back in 2016, when my dad died, me being a minister, I felt as though that I had to be strong for everyone else. So I internalized the grief that I had for my father. And because of me internalizing the grief, I had actually experienced many strokes that I wasn't aware of because I did not allow myself to grieve. And on top of that, I wasn't paying attention to the signals that my body was giving me. So the many strokes was because I was having migraine headaches. And when I finally had that final breakdown, screamed, broke things, let go of that stuff,
yes,
and grieved for the death of my father, my health did get better. So we definitely have to, be careful how we do internalize things and not hold stuff in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Strokes are unresolved emotional issue not dealt with. Yep. Yeah.
Man.
And so sorry for your loss. I am a daddy's girl and I miss my daddy so much all the time. So I'm
same here.
Yes.
And the kicker was that my daughter's born on my father's birthday. So imagine that.
Yeah. So there's a lady that I think a lot of us know. Her name is Leslie Green. She's She's one of my Facebook friends, but she also used to be in YTB many years ago. And she said, she lost her father. And every year on the day that her father died, it was always a bad day. And so she decided to call two of her friends and create a new memory for that day. And so what they did was they got together and they had a party. They sang songs and did all this stuff. I said, oh my God, I love this idea, because I can do it for my mother, I can do it for my dad, I can do it for my brother. And then that way now we create something else. She made it a big deal. Her two friends came, and clearly she can sing, and her friends could sing, and they sung this song together. And now they have this song on video on the same day that her father passed away. So now there's a new memory for that day, and that is anchored in her mind now. So now instead of thinking, oh, this is the day I lost daddy, now she's thinking, this is the day that me and my friends got together and we sang for daddy. So I love that idea. I love that idea to just change the energy of the whole day.
She got a beautiful voice too, man. I didn't know Leslie could sing like that.
I know, right? I loved it.
That was good. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Darlaina.
You're so welcome.
Thank all of you guys who have come today on this day to hear from Darlaina. It's the Darlaina Show. I got it done. I was like, y'all, you see me. I got some new advertisement and stuff. I'm having some done for this thing, because it's got to go to the next level now. But thank you so much at the end of the day. And we will be doing another class today. At 6. I thought that was an amazing class that we did on the funds. I want y'all to understand what we're doing here. I have been mentioning this to you. Remember I said we needed to do something collectively together?
Yes.
Now watch this. And then when I'm looking at it, I'm saying then we could really represent life-changing alliances on a whole nother scale, if that makes sense to you. So I want y'all to, I did the training last night and I got what I needed from it, but I'll set this in a thing, but today it has to be a training on just life-changing alliances. And I'm gonna show you how I actually set it up so that we can make a major difference. Because this is not the last time something is gonna happen when we need to come together and do something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wait until something happens to say, okay, everybody, you got to go get this. We're not going to do that. So we're going to be proactive as a group of individuals on this call. And we make sure, but then at the end of the day, I want to make sure you understand when you can put things in place for yourself, as well as it helps for all. Because if you look at it, we keep on saying, it ain't about Desmond, it ain't about Pamela, it ain't about Wolfus, it's not about Lady L or Darlaina, or anybody that's in it. It's a collective group where, I don't know, it could have been Darlaina saying something, it could have been Dad saying something, right? It could have been, you got people that's just on the call listening in. Sometimes it don't mean like even though they're not saying nothing or reacting to it or responding to it. I know the call today hurt. I know it hit. I know for a fact that this call today, it has, oh my God. And I promise you, I know, right?
Yep.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I keep on telling y'all, we're not having this under my watch. This is the real deal here now. Like Darlaina said, we've been here for 5 years. Ain't no reason why you should be eating the wrong stuff and you know the medications. If you got that daggone Lipitor and they got your doctor saying do this and she said don't do it, listen, you better question the damn thing. I ain't saying do it or don't because she said it, but listen, become aware of it. You can best believe there's another drug that you can take that'll help something else, period. Half them drugs they ain't even necessary anyway. It's more mental than anything. So with that being said, we're not no doctors or anything here, but we love you all. Dr. Lynn, Dr. Darlaina Rose, thank you for coming today again. And you guys have a great day, man. Here's her phone number right there, 215-669-5670. If you want to contact her. Keep on drinking that water, Desmond. I see you, boy. You look good. You're looking good. Look like young man over there. No, he look real good.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, keep drinking your water. I hope that's water. Coconut water. You guys have a great day on purpose, and we'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye. Absolutely.
All right. Now, God, you go ahead and you do it. I offered it, and they got it. All right. Let's see. Thank you so much for watching.